Yeah, so in short, I wanted to find a way to make even myself more effective because Henry had just come back from China and we had a big Chinese New Year celebration at the head office, and then we flew right afterwards to go to Vancouver. And of course, he was just kind of drained, and I think he caught a cold staying outside talking to one of our distributors for too long. It was still freezing cold in December. Long story short, in Vancouver, the first day he was basically not feeling too well to be able to go and do meetings. And so, however, I also, every time that we would leave Vancouver, we wanted to find a way to try to help our team there become much more effective at continuing to have sales and new partners getting launched. Because we noticed that whenever me and Henry went there, we had a whole bunch of amazing business. We would leave and we have a little bit of growth still, but just not what we were really hoping for. And so part of me, then of course knew that, wow, if we could have a machine that Henry has in his clinic, but it was portable, it'd be really cool to be able to bring that with us around. And so long story short, there was actually this machine. It looks like this, and there's many you can find online. It's called the quantum resonance magnetic analyzer, okay? And it's based upon quantum physics. And essentially, you'll find different variations of this machine, online from Alibaba, AliExpress, Temu, I don't know, eBay and Amazon. And so basically, in short, this thing, when people ask me what it is, I just tell them, well, basically, it's a little machine that uses quantum physics and it can send different signals to different parts of your body. And depending on the time it takes for that signal to get back to the machine, it can tell whether or not that area is sort of under function or over function, right? And so basically, it gives you over 100-page report with details about your health. And so, it's a pretty cool machine, and I've used it many times now. And so basically, inside the machine, to show you guys, all right, is a USB that you're going to plug into your computer. And uh, some machines, okay, what happens is they allow you to put your palm here. And when you put your palm here, that's how the machine reads your scans. So this one has a palm one. Some machines allow you to have this rod. And so you can see here that in this rod here, it's going to mute someone. You simply plug this in, okay, like this. And so now you have it plugged in. So I'm just going to actually go and demonstrate this for you. So the USB one, okay, this piece over here simply connects like this. And the other end, okay, goes into your computer. So I tried to set this up today so that you could all see what's going on. Okay, so I have the machine here, okay, and okay, here's the cable that I was just talking about. I'm going to attach it to my computer. So, and now of course you can see the machine kind of lighting up there, right? Okay, so basically, really so this machine here is kind of nice because you have both the option to use the handpiece, and you also have the option to use the palm, right? This palm thing here, you have the option of also using, uh, readjust this, there we go. You also have the option, of course, of using the palm here as well. There's actually one other option, which is to use something on your wrist. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. But I don't bother using this because with the palm and the stick, you already have plenty of options, right? So here is the other piece though, where these ones here, basically it clips onto like your wrists, okay? And then attaches into the machine the same way that this one does. But I just didn't bother to use this because it's much more bulkier and it's harder to carry. One question I got was, well, is it more accurate because, there's two things on your wrist, and in my experience, it's exactly the same. So whether you use, because in the end, it's all the same. So don't think that you have to use that because there's, two things on your hand versus one thing. It's really all the same. Okay, so that kind of covers the machine. And so why don't I just demonstrate this really quickly? Okay, so on my other computer, I'm also on Zoom here, and I'm going to share this screen. Okay, so trying to figure out, okay, here, share. So now you should be able to see uh, my screen here now, okay? So after you, so basically the whole box comes with a USB stick that you simply install. And so what happens here is after you install it, it's called the Quantum Resonance Magnetic Analyzer. To install it, you simply put in the USB key that comes with the machine, okay? And you just have to, in some cases, disable your antivirus, install it, and then re-enable your antivirus. It's very, very simple. But I'm just going to open up the machine here, okay, and show this to you guys. So, okay, it's just loading. Give me a second here. Okay, so you can see it's opening right now on my computer. So it looks like this. That's the whole software. So all you have to do to test someone is you click on this is the home page, right? So you can click on the dossier, okay? And the dossier, what it does is it opens up, of course, the whole entire menu, right? So one second, it's Emoji's asking me if the call is on right now. The machine call. Okay, so anyhow, in here, you'll see a customer group. And so you can actually create groups. So I can have a group for like my badminton group or like my cigar group or whatever group, it's just for you to manage your people. Okay. And so when I open this up here, you'll see I can click on add. Okay. And simply you just have to put the information. So I can put Renee here. Okay. Oh, by the way, one thing I didn't mention, if you look at my other screen, there is this blue. If you see my other video, there's a blue. Can you guys see both my screens? Just to make sure you guys are with me together. Can you guys, Ifra, can you see both my screens?
Yes, yes, we can, Renee. Just the one that you're showing right now is a bit far. That's next to the machine.
Okay, no, but I'm also sharing my. You know what? Hold on. I'm sharing my screen though.
Yeah, we see the body is perfect.
Okay. Yeah. So it's okay. Okay. So that's the main one I'm focusing on right now, anyway. So okay, that's fine. Um. So male. So you put it in your birthday. Um, so again, so my birthday is October 15, 1980. My height is 183 centimeters, and I think my weight is like, I don't know, 88 kilograms or something like that. So I just hit save, okay? And basically it's saved, right? So from here, you have to make sure you click on someone's name. Like if I don't pick anyone's name here, if I put customer group, I'm not able to click on the testing. See, testing, that's the next step, right? Testing. I must choose someone's name, okay? Now, I scanned myself before, and you can see the report I had from before, and I can actually go and retrieve that report from before if I wanted to. But for now, just for my own, to demonstrate for you, I click on my name, I click on testing, and so I'll hit start, and basically, if you look at my other video, if you don't know in Zoom, you can actually swipe between screens, but I'm now holding the stick, okay, guys? And so actually, I think I should be able to start this video. Yeah. So here, I'm also holding the stick as well too, okay? And so I just hit start test, okay? And Oopsies. You're going to hear it start beeping, okay? And what's going to happen is the machine, there's a number you can't see. It's counting up to 60. On the screen, you can see it's also counting up to 60 as well, the middle bar right over here. And so right now, it's even showing you which parts of the body is it's sending a signal to. Now, when I hold it, I can feel a little bit of like something in my hands, right? Like a pulse almost. It could be that I'm feeling my own pulse. Well, I do feel my own pulse, but I feel some kind of, something as well too. And we're at 39 seconds. So again, it's sending a signal to different parts. Yeah, oh yeah, right, yeah, to your body. Thank you, Jess. Yeah, vibrations. And depending on the time it takes for it to get back, okay, it knows that that area is sort of, under or over, is it depriving or is it too much of kind of thing. So, okay. So far it's pretty simple, right? I just plug the machine in, um, connect the power, plug in this stick here. There is another USB that you must plug into the machine in order for the machine and the program to start working, okay? So that's done. So I'm going to put this back down and I hit OK. It says, please save it. So the next step is simply click on the save. And it's going to save that report. Okay, it's going to save that report. Now, if you look at my other screen, there is this blue, okay, if you can see it carefully, this is a blue USB. This one must be plugged in order for this program to work, okay? So every box comes with that blue USB as well too. So we'll see my report. I did have a fun cigar and drinking session yesterday. Had some duck for tonight, and I also got a chance to play some tennis today. Now you're supposed to use this machine in the morning when you first wake up, but you can use it really anytime you want. But the machine says the best time would be in the morning, and so I'm going to share with you guys what the report looks like and kind of guide you through it. So it's just loading, loading, loading. And by the way, you don't have to have the internet to use this machine. I was at a trade show with Henry and Daniel came along, and I had this machine there. And the same way I'm talking to you right now, when I scan people, it was kind of nice because I was able to go and actually, spend time talking to people. Okay, so here's a report of what it looks like. And so you can see here on the left-hand side, the first category is cardiovascular and cerebrovascular, which is your heart and your brain. Then you have your gastrointestinal, your stomach, your large intestine, small intestine, your liver, gallbladder, your pancreatic function, your kidney, your lung, your brain nerve. So all these things here, right? And so for the males, there's 45 reports. For the females, there's almost the same, but where you see here on my screen, you see it has prostate, male sexual function, sperm and semen, male hormone. These are the male reports. For the woman, they have different reports for the woman, okay? But in short, what happens is that every single area, so like this is like the blood viscosity, right, is the thickness of your blood, cholesterol, blood fat, right? So if you're not sure like what these things are, okay, on the left-hand side, don't worry because I have made another Google document that you can just access on your computer, and it will explain exactly what everything is, okay? So obviously, when I now we don't have time with someone at a trade show, right, to go one by one by one. So you see at the bottom left here, it says compositive report. Okay, this compositive report over here, what it is it takes all of the bad things from all of the reports and puts it into a report card for you. So if it's green and blue, you're okay. If it's yellow or red, so it goes from, so the order is, it goes from green to blue to yellow to red. So for example, this one here is showing yellow on the right-hand side, which means it's higher. So that, what that would mean is that the resistance in my arteries is a little bit higher. Okay, it's going to be very normal because I had a big drinking party last night. But anyways, so it's higher. This is saying that the elasticity of my arteries are also on, it's not elastic enough. So on the left side is like under or not enough. On the right side, it's too much or right. And so so anyhow, what this does, this composite report, is it grabs all of the yellow and reds in all these different categories and puts it into a nice little report card for you. Okay. Now, um, what's nice, by the way, is that, so the first one, of course, is telling me that my uric acid is a bit high, right? Of course, I'm not surprised. And so, but then the cool thing is over here, what I've done is I contacted the manufacturers of this who sold us these machines, and I asked them to basically to put because their expert advice was like eat more vegetables, eat more fiber, and it wasn't really effective. So I wanted to make sure that this is more customized for our fountain of life, and so they put that into here. Okay, so it kind of it says, for example, here my uric acid. 7-HMR might help improve kidney and metabolic health by supporting the regulation of markers related to waste products and protein metabolism. Its antioxidant properties can help reduce oxidative stress, which may influence the urobilinogen index, promoting more efficient bile metabolism and waste elimination. So basically, it's a really cool write-up that just promotes this 7-HMR for you, right? For the eye wrinkles, of course, I don't. So again, I'm under, right? I don't have enough collagen for my eye wrinkles. So again, it tells you how 7-HMR is helpful for the eye, and then of course collagen too. So so it goes through all these things here for you, and it's telling the person, yes, for example, this one here is telling me that my small intestine is not absorbing enough of whatever I'm eating, right? This one here is telling me that I don't have enough bacteria in my intestines, that I have a slightly fatty liver. Not surprised there. So again, now, so really I don't want you to get so caught up in trying to understand every little thing here, because what I said to people at the trade show was, look, I have this machine that I because the truth is I actually borrowed this machine from Henry, right? Well, his other version of the machine, and so what I tell him is, I bought this machine here. If you want, we can actually scan your body and tell you, what's wrong. And when people look at this report and they read, oh my God, my blood is, I have, not enough insulin secretion, or I have not enough iron in my body. I don't have enough vitamin B12, or I don't have enough of this amino acid, and I have some, electromagnetic radiation going on, or, I've got, too much lead and arsenic in my blood, and I'm more acidic. Like when they realize all these things here, what happens is now they're much more open to wanting to find a solution, right? Okay. And so then I just tell them, what, basically I have a product called Fountain of Life. It's based upon this 7-HMR, and it can actually help you to fix all of these issues that you basically have. Over 90% of your issues can be fixed with this one product called 7-HMR. So so that's how the machine works. Of course, I can save the report here at the very bottom. I can save it, and it'll be saved, into the computer. So it's waiting for it to load. This computer here is quite slow. So there we go. I can save the report, right? Hit save, and now I have it saved, okay, into my actual machine here. So let me see. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so actually so I feel a question about cross-referencing it with blood tests, and I haven't myself, but I've had people who just came back from a blood test who also use this machine, and it was quite accurate. So, really, what the machine says is that it's not meant to be a diagnostic tool. Like legally, we can't say that, but it's just a good estimate kind of idea. And they say that the machine is about 85% accurate. And I've scanned so many people, and it's actually pretty darn accurate. Like my report today is a lot different than the report that I had last week when it's a few days ago when I wasn't having a big drinking party or kind of thing. So, but anyways, so that this is one part of it. And the other part that I want to show you now, just back to my own computer. I'm just going to claim back the host here. Okay, is sharing my screen now. Okay. Now we should be seeing my other screen here, I believe. Okay. So what I've done is I made this document here. Okay, it's just going to open it right now, where every single category that you saw on the last one. So remember how the first one here was it was talking about like blood viscosity and then the cholesterol. So I made a little reference sheet basically where you can look up every item and look at it'll describe to you what it is. So blood viscosity is a measure of how thick and sticky the blood is, and what happens if it's too high or too low. Cholesterol, the same thing, right? Blood fat, so there's some things that you might not understand. For example, this urobilinogen index, and I'll tell you what it is and what happens if it's too high or too low. So I made this reference sheet that you can always reference back to if you want. Okay. And so, yeah, so basically, this is a machine that I've been using. And the more that I use it, of course, just like anything else in the world, the more you start to know what these terms are. And, most people, again, what they sort of care to know about is just this is a very quick scan of them. And so what I tell people is, look, I can actually send you a copy of this scan, so and a copy of this Google Drive spreadsheet, so you can look it up yourself to know more about it at home. And they're like, great, yeah, wonderful. So, but more importantly, people are actually looking for a way to be able to help them, right? To get rid of their issues. And so that's how I bring up the fountain of life. Yeah, so you can print out, you cannot just print out the composite report. It actually prints out the whole entire thing for you. And it's well over 130 pages, right? So it's a really long report, but most people end up just maybe printing one copy and they keep it. But more importantly, they can always reference the sheet here. But really, the most important thing I guess I wanted to pass on the message tonight was when I first got the machine, I had just taken it with me to this one gathering I was at, and they were asking me, Renee, how's it going with your business? And I just told him, well, it's going pretty well. I just happened to have gotten this new machine from my Chinese doctor that allows me to test, what's wrong with your body, basically. And the guy's like, wow, that's amazing. Can you please, do you have it here with you in the machine? And I says, yeah, I have it in the machine. Actually, it's in my car. So I go to the car, get the machine, come back inside, and I was just testing
Mommy,
on my
even my
friend.
sweat is at.
Okay, so that's Juliet there. Had to move her. Yeah, so I actually just brought the machine back in, did a scan, the same thing you saw here, and when they saw, the whole report, um, during that, I was talking to them. Another group of people walk in, like friends of friends kind of thing, and I'm like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's called the quantum resonance magnetic analyzer." And basically, what it does is it can kind of gives you a scan in just 60 seconds. In 60 seconds, gives you a scan of what's sort of wrong with you or what's good and bad. And he's like, well, can I get a scan too? I was like, yeah, sure, of course. long story short, they were asking me, well, like, when they realized they have all these different problems, he's like, oh my God, And while he's asking me, I tried telling him about, well, I do have this product actually that can help you with over 99% of these problems. He's like, "Oh, okay, what is it?" And so from that day, I sold one person 3 bottles and another person 3 bottles. Then I took this machine and I went to my kids' tennis, and because I was testing this machine on all of the like just I was just sort of playing around with the machine, but some other tennis parents saw me using it, started asking me what is it. I'll tell them it's a quantum resonance magnetic analyzer. It just, in 60 seconds, it kind of gives you a scan using quantum physics on your body. And then the main fitness coach, so the head fitness coach of the tennis center, said that he's been wanting to buy one of these machines because, oh, what I also tell people, by the way, is that this scan, when you go outside to the Chinese doctors, they usually charge you $150 and above to do a scan. And one of the moms, by the way, that I met at the tennis place, she told me she paid for a scan $250, and she said that person, whoever scanned her, didn't even know what she was talking about. Like this female naturopath had the machine too, but she didn't really study it properly. I don't know what it was. So anyhow, she ended up buying a machine from me just because she wanted to have one to do scans for her own family every now and then, right? Because this machine here in Canada, when it ships from China and gets all the way to Canada, all in, it's around $200. Buying it on Amazon is like, 320 something dollars, whatever it might be. So because we're buying it in bulk, we got it at a better price here. But depending on your country, we could arrange it so that if you have like 10 people wanting to order it, they'll give you much better pricing than just buying one by itself kind of thing. So going back to the tennis coach though, he also ended up buying the same machine, and he tested all of the kids, every single student. There's like a few hundred students in our tennis camp. They got tested, and because he's actually a natural, what do you call it? Sorry, he's a certified nutritionist as well. And he also coaches like some really high, AAA hockey league fitness coach here in Ontario. Anyways, so he also bought the machine too, and he's been using it as well. So, but I had a few parents buy bottles from me because they have this machine. And the last time me and Henry went to do there's an opportunity to have a booth at the Markham Board of Trade, and I just brought the machine there. So on our table, we literally had like a bunch of products, Fountain of Life mostly. I had the big banner that was sitting above the table, and then I also had this machine. So I had a banner, Fountain of Life, one laptop that was just like rotating different testimonials of Fountain of Life, and then I had the machine on the side, and people would walk by and they look at the big FOL banner, and I say, hi, how are you, have you heard of Fountain of Life before? And they say no. We start talking. But what was really cool is that some people wouldn't want to, for example, like maybe they were in a rush to go somewhere, or maybe you want to talk to them for longer. Well, I would offer them, oh, if you want, usually we have this machine here. We usually charge 150 per scan to give you a report on your body. But for today, we're doing it for free for the people at this event, right? Oh, can I get a scan? And so now I had nonstop the whole entire day. We had people walking in, sitting now behind the booth with me doing the scan. And now it's giving me another 60 seconds to go and talk to this person. And so, actually, Denya, it's her first time going to a trade show like that, or having a booth per se. And if you ask her, she'll tell you that we had people nonstop coming to our booth, and it helped me to sell many bottles at that event. And so I use it very often. I carry it with me, especially if I'm going to different kinds of events. If you're going to trade shows, it's a definitely like a must carry to any trade show. And you know, even if you had, for example, your own weekly meeting at a boot camp or a weekly hotel meeting, and you brought this with you, I think it's really powerful because what it does is it allows me, okay, let me back it up here. I think all of us can agree that sometimes it's hard to sell a product, especially if you might not look like the expert. So that's why it's so powerful to be able to send people to go and see Henry, because Henry is a Chinese TCM, or go sing a naturopath. It might help you sell more bottles, right? You don't need to do that, but it might help, of course, to help sell more products, right? And so, I've sent people to go to Henry's clinic and to go meet Henry, and from that they would become customers too, right? But this machine, and so the reason why that works so well is because one, people are getting a third party validation of some issues, and that's what they want to find out is there something that's actually wrong with them, right? And of course, Henry would then go in and suggest Fountain of Life. But so what this machine has allowed me to do is essentially to mimic that scenario where I have a third party, not a third party person, but I have a third party device essentially that is giving a reading. And the coolest part is when the readings come out, and I'm going through the different reports. I'm like, so you have some high uric acid, you have some eye wrinkles, you got none of collagen, you have, poor, stomach and large intestine, you have a fatty liver, not enough oxygen going into your lungs. Um, you'll find people are like, yep, that's right, that's correct. Yep, my blood sugar is high. Yep, that's correct. I'm lacking these vitamins. I knew it. And it's so accurate that one lady, when I was in Vancouver, she got a scan. But on the female report, if I can show you a female report, okay, so let's see here. Like it covers different areas when it comes to females, all right? And actually, I can show it to you on my computer over here. So, um, what it does for the female one, I go down to the bottom here. Let me just move a bit faster here. Here we go. So it could also do children like from up to the age of like 5, whatever it is. There's like a child report version. So I'll just show you guys. Hold on. So like for children, it starts at ADHD and looks at the ADHD potential for the kids, and then the adolescent's intelligence. So it measures their observation, memory, imagination, creativity, all these things here. The adolescent's growth as well too. Okay, and different things here. Height, bust index, height, sitting height index, BMI index, all these things here. Going up though. Okay, we're here. So for the woman, it's looking at like gynecology, right? And so, the vaginitis coefficient, the PID, coefficient, which is, so one lady, and again, I'm not gonna mention the name just because of course, just for respect, but this part here, the PID coefficient came up, and I was like, what is that? And because again, I didn't know what it was, so I went to go and Google it, and I saw this. So I felt embarrassed. I felt bad because her friends were there, whatever it was. So I just quickly moved on from it. But I said, you might want to check something in your female area. And she actually came back to me afterwards, about a few hours later, by herself with her close friend, and she wanted to know more about this. And long story short, she actually told me that she did have some kind of STI in that area, and she was so shocked how accurate this machine was to pick that up for her. So in short, I've had great results with this machine so far. It's pretty darn accurate, and definitely for me, it's helped me to sell a lot of bottles, like a lot of bottles, wherever I go. And so yeah, so that is just the whole demonstration today of the machine. So again, all you need is just a Windows running laptop, okay? Because the Windows laptop can work, whereas the MacBooks or the iMacs do not work. and it's real simple to install it. So again, the whole thing, just to show you, it comes with the box like that, and so again, one USB that goes into the computer. This one is just the hand plug. You can just take this off and use the hand as well too. And then again, you must have this key here, okay, plugged into your computer in order for the program to start. Okay, so if this is not in here, you can't. It's kind of like a little, I don't know, like an access key basically, all right? And so yeah, so report comes out. And by the way, I'm spending a lot more time with you talking about these reports, right? I want to show you what it is. Realistically, oh, the other event that I went to just like last week, it was like a guy just having some fun chatting, having cigars, whatever. And then I mentioned the machine. So he's like, oh well, can you give me a scan? So I go to my car, come back inside, I start scanning one guy. Next thing you know, I'm scanning like six people, right? And from that, I sold like two family packs from it. That day I sold three family packs, but what happened was the first family pack was from a gentleman that I met a long time ago on the golf course, and I scanned him, and he had bought a few bottles initially. After I did the scan, right, he wanted to get a whole family pack. Another guy was the guy who bought three bottles initially at that event, and he wanted to get another family pack. And so he met me at this cigar bar place to buy it. But while I was there, I sold another family pack, which is like 16 bottles, because all these guys wanted to get together and split a family pack, basically. So that's how in one day I sold like three family packs, basically. And so this machine here has just made my life super easy. And I think the best way to promote it, like, and so I know in this call here we have some really smart people, some naturopaths or nutritionists or TCMs. I know like as a day I see you here, and I think for people who come from the naturopathic world, like Helen and Herrick, you guys can just use it and say it because you are certified, in your field. But for me, right, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a Chinese doctor. I can't go and say that stuff. I just told people, oh, so actually, I know this Chinese doctor, and he has this machine. I just borrowed this machine from him. Usually, he charges 150 to scan people's health, but he's my friend, so I borrowed the machine. So you can say whatever you want to say, or you can say that basically, a friend of yours introduced you to this machine here is pretty cool. So I'm your friend who introduced you to this machine here, and it helps you do a body scan in 1 minute. And so I actually had the machine with me. They actually charge outside. You always want to mention that they charge a lot of money in the naturopathic stores because they do charge, by the way, to do scans. But of course, so either you can what do you call it? Um, you know, do it for free for them, right? Or you can say, so what they do in the naturopathic stores is if you were to buy, so the scan's 150 or $200, but if you were to go and buy some products, then the scan would be $75 or it could be for free. Like that's you can decide what you want to charge people for that kind of stuff. Okay. And that's it. So a bunch of people would then ask me, "Oh, Rene, can you send me?" So they'll buy the bottles, and I don't know if you guys have like a default thing you send out to people, but I always send out a message when someone becomes my customer, and in other words, it's actually a default of what I send to everybody who buys FOL or they want more information. So you can see here. I guess one thing that I'm really good about is being really organized. You can see here in my notes that I have here, okay, in my notes here, this is what I send out to people who want more information on Fountain of Life. So, okay, so my note is called FO information, all right? And what I do here is I just go and copy all of this. So my first link is to the website. The second link is to a PowerPoint that I present to people for the product. The third one is a collection of testimonials. Fourth one is the studies. the Facebook page, and some customer videos. So whenever I sell bottles to people, I always copy this and paste it to the person who bought the bottles from me. So if you want me to share that with you, I can definitely share that as well too. And yes, as a day, thank you so much for sharing that. Any kind of yeah, like to me, any kind of a tool that can engage somebody and create more conversation, like why not, right? Okay. Now, okay, just a quick note. On in this PowerPoint that I share, um, if someone has not seen the presentation from me, okay, I don't include the second one. The second one, if you look at it here, I'll just show you guys. If you click on it, the second link is towards like my little presentation I've made on Fountain of Life. But I only include the second link, okay, if they actually watch the presentation with me. The reason why is because at the bottom of this presentation, I do show the packages. So there's all these testimonials. It has the packages, right? You see this, guys, the packages here? Okay. So obviously, I don't want to share the packages with people if they haven't, if they're just a customer, if that makes sense, right? If they're just a customer of mine, I don't want to share the packages and the LADE and all that stuff, right? So I only share this if if they know or they went over the presentation with me and they want to become a wholesaler. So, anyways, back to my notes here. My, yeah, so I'm gonna copy and paste this for all of you, okay? And so you can decide to use it and send it out to your people as well. Oh, it's saying that my message is too long. Hold on, can I cut this down? Okay, 5 more words. And I cut down 5 more, 5 more characters. Okay, one. Okay, here, you know what? Here, I'm gonna just trim this down so it can fit for in this chat box here. There we go. So that's what I send out to people. Okay. Again, the second link, I don't send out if they haven't seen the packages yet. Okay. So, so I hope you guys, yeah, so no, we have some time here. Please feel free to ask any questions at all. But thank you for tuning in. And this is the device. I know that a lot of people have already bought the machine, and I hope that you have been putting it to good use for yourselves. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Was it clear, crystal clear, or clear as mud? I'm worried that, yeah, I confuse some
Hi,
people here.
Rene. Good evening.
Hello, Emoji, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. Thanks for being here tonight.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for showing us the machine. It's amazing. But I just want to check with you. Do you use, the machine first before using FOL and then give them the 10 drops and then they use the machine again? Do you do that?
Usually because I have not yet. I thought about that as well too, but I haven't yet. Usually, I tell people, get on FOL and use it for 3 months straight, and then
Mhm.
come back and we'll do another scan. So usually, like it helps me to sell more bottles because I want them to understand that your body takes 90 days to regenerate. So
Yep.
get at least 3, 6, a family pack, sign up, whatever it might be, and in 3 months, come back, we'll do another scan again. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I've done scans on myself every day, so I can see how it's pretty accurate depending on what I was doing that day. You're right. So like for example, my scan today is like a lot worse than what it was 4 days ago before the party. So it's pretty accurate to me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Because I know there is some machine like some companies are using, right? They use like, okay, they test before and then after. And they say, oh, you see the difference? Yeah.
Yes, yes. Actually,
Oh,
they have some machines that you can put your finger in, different things, and but I think the smart way of doing it is not to do like before and after, like what one pump of FOL. I think the
Yeah.
smart way of doing it is, look, go on this product for 90 days. We have a 90-day guarantee. And because you want to make sure people can commit 90 days, because then we know for sure that they will see a result, right? So I
Correct.
think
I think that's, yeah, that is better. Yeah.
it's
Thank you.
smarter
Thank you
that way.
very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And so, yeah, if you're in the Toronto area and you like to order a machine, please let me know. We usually buy it in bulks of 10 so that it's much, much cheaper than having to buy. I have here on my next list, Nora has 4, Connie has 1, Glenn already got his, Marisa in Montreal, Rafina in Montreal, Joanne in Vancouver. Um, and so I have Reza, Jazz, Brian, Saeed, Cora, Henry, and Montreal 10 people. And by the way, this machine can also come in different languages. And so if you want a different language, please let me know. And we can check to see if they have that language as well too. So, but I know they have it for like over 36 main languages. So if your language is one of the main languages that people speak around the world, then you can also order this machine for different Chinese and Thai and that kind of stuff too. Okay. Yeah, so at a trade show, definitely do the iodine test, have this machine, run through your testimonials, have the banners, have the brochures, and have the products, and you're gonna be good to go. All right. And yeah, so any other questions before we shut it down tonight? Actually, if you want, Henry's call might still be on. But yeah, you can also join that meeting too if you want to continue with Henry's call. Any other last minute questions here before we wrap it up? And yeah, this recording, Julia, it's not going to be available in the back office. I will send out the link myself, okay? Because this is not something that the company is making part of Opulence, but they do promote us to have this tool. So the CEO thinks that this is a fantastic tool to have, just like a brochure, just like a banner, just like drop cards, right? It's a fantastic tool to have with you to really help you sell more products. And Herrick, yeah, it's one language per machine. So I can ask if we can install more than one language per machine. I'm going to get back to you. Actually, I'm going to ask that question right now to the person I've been talking with. Um, can one system have more than one language? So maybe 2 programs on one computer with one device. Is that possible? Okay. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. As always, we are one team, one dream to the billion. And for those who ordered the machine, I'll be bringing it this Wednesday. So please bring, of course, your laptop, your Windows laptop, and I can help you install it as well too. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Rene.
You're welcome, Saeed. Thank you for being here.
Renee?
Hi. Okay. Hi, Mavis. You good?
Yes,
Okay. Thanks for being here, hon. We'll see you on Wednesday. Okay, Mavis?
yes,
Okay. Have a good night. Behave yourself now.
I'll try.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Juliet, for being here. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, Danya, Hamaji. Thank you, everyone. Hello, Philomena. Okay.
Are we saying regarding the machine?
Sorry. Say again there, Nora.
So I heard that you will explain how we use the machine today. Is it right, or for next time?
Yeah, I just finished the whole entire call just now. It was 8:30.
I thought you wanna introduce like not like you show me how to use it like manually.
Yeah, I demonstrated the whole thing tonight on the call. How about I send you the recording so you can watch it? Like, were you here from the very beginning?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Just I disconnect like one thing. I went. I will check it now.
Yeah. So the recording, I will have to get the recording and then send you the recording. But yeah, I went through
Okay.
the whole demonstration, like how to plug it in, how to use it, how to do all that stuff.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I didn't. Okay, I will check now. I will check
Okay.
now.
Give
Okay,
me
thank you.
maybe tomorrow we'll have the recording. I'll see how fast the recording gets uploaded. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you for
everybody.
everything.
You're
Thanks.
welcome.
Bye
You're welcome.
bye.
Thank you, Nora.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye everyone. Bye everyone. Bye bye.